as you're going out again in a couple of months, people are going to come back in the streets. Outdoor advertising is going to bloom again, no doubt, because it would appear there's a lot of very large corporates that have basically cancelled their budgets. So they got money sitting there going, okay, let's go and do something. And it's apart from a couple of obvious categories, a lot of categories have actually lost revenue in the last quarter. How are you going to deal with the increased demand that's going to happen for your business?
Look, out of home, it will take a while to come back. It will. And will it exceed previous levels? I don't think so. It'll probably come in and stabilise. It's been very consistent. Of all advertising that happens in Australia, out of home represents about 5 to 6%.
Okay.
That's its sort of share versus TV, digital, print, etc. And it'll probably go back to that sort of level. There was a little bit of growth through conversion of some of the sites to that digitisation that is we all see on the streets sort of happening. So for us, it's not really like this market will just start to grow our business as was our previous plan, but we'll have better tech, we'll have a better sales story, more automation, so that's the plan. But for us it's about other markets.
So does a business like yours, well, exactly my point, does this business work in other markets?
Yeah, so as I alluded to earlier, we're having conversations with various companies in the UK, US. I travelled a fair bit the last sort of year and a half or so to a couple of those markets. We'll be looking to launch into the UK next. We've got a plan to launch into New Zealand, then the US. So those plans are fairly progressed. For us, it's really about being able to scale up for those markets. They're big markets. Australia's a top 10. The UK is twice the size of the Australian market. In terms of number of as I suppose I'm talking about sort of outdoor advertising. What we basically are, we're sort of reg tech. We're a auditing sort of compliance verification business for physical assets. So at the moment it's out of home industry. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of outdoor sites that you've got companies, advertisers paying for. They want proof that it's all working. And we obviously we've got tech whereby through crowdsourcing we send people out who through a very intuitive sort of reporting form app can verify that those sites are all sort of legit and everything's sort of working well.
So if we can dwell on that for a second, we sort of just talked about it sort of before we sat down. In this market right now, with a lot of people that don't have much to do, a lot of unemployment and so on and so forth coming in, have you guys suddenly seen a surge of people that are putting their hand up and say, hey, I can go?
We have, and the patterns have changed of when people do it. So generally our jobs, for our outdoor advertising jobs, checks that need to be completed, they're pushed through the app on a sort of Monday morning. People grab their own jobs, so like an Uber. They literally tap on an area, see all the jobs, grab them. We have various tiers of checkers, either a checker, which is entry point, a checker plus or a checker pro. The app actually is being rebranded to Check It Pro as we speak. And it's just weird. They're sort of all the jobs are happening on a Monday, Tuesday, and people are out from 9 a.m. because they're all sitting at home, furloughed or whatever it may be, or in the worst case, they've lost their job. So we're actually trying to provide, we're an income source for them, which is a good feel good factor. It's good for the community, good for the country. But the patterns have changed. But again, to my point earlier, Mike, it's about taking advantages of the situation. So if you've got a lot of people not doing a lot, now's a really good time for us to recruit, drive our brand awareness of the app, get more app downloads, get more people on the platform. So we're working really hard at recruiting in regional areas, for example, but we're also looking at the modelling that will apply to the UK, because wherever it'll be the same.
A bit the same, isn't it?
It's the same. So we're learning and building all our IP here, and the last year we've put up through hundreds of thousands of these. So when it comes now to machine learning, AI, We've got a lot of data that we can use, a lot of insights.